Hi, everyone. Delfino Aguilar here, SVP of Wholesale Production here at Kind Lending for your newest edition of Del Talk. Now, I'm really excited to have this guest with us today. Mellissa Rugh, who is the SVP of Wholesale Business Initiatives here at Kind Lending. Mellissa, thank you for being our second guest.
No doubt. Thanks for having me, Del.
I'm really excited. We had a lot of fun just in preparing for this, just talking about a lot of things. It just gives me a good reminder of all the great people we have here at Kind Lending, how much fun we have. So I wanted to get you on to talk a little bit about, what you really do, because you have a very important job here at Kind Lending. And I talk to you almost every day, quite a couple times a day. I know we email quite a bit. There's a lot of things going on, and you're kind of like the mind behind a lot of these initiatives that are going on. So first of all, tell us a little bit about what someone that runs business initiatives for not only a startup, a new company, but also in the mortgage industry. Like, what's your team really responsible for that?
Yeah, so it's funny, Del. It's usually anytime I meet somebody new, it's the first question they ask, well, what do you actually do? Right. And I think that, right. What do you actually do?
Right.
And it's hard to define, and it's kind of an ambiguous title, but if I were to really drill it down to something, we're agents of change, right?
Yep.
We are the people who we stay connected and we keep the organization connected, right? We have communication, we have all of these things, but when it comes to doing the work, right, we're the people who bring the departments together, look at their needs, and make sure that the changes that we're working towards, Del, aren't going to negatively impact, right? And we take ideas from everybody and we try to bring them to fruition and do in a manner that we can actually deploy them, right? I think that people have lots of good ideas all the time and they miss that ability to execute, or they know that something's wrong and they can't quite figure out what that resolution is. We're the people who take that and we dig in and we figure out what that is, and how do we deploy that to keep people who have jobs in very specialty areas focused on their job, right? We've got a VP of credit risk. We've got fulfillment management. We've got sales management, right? You guys know what you need to be successful. We're the team that comes in and helps you successfully deploy those changes, right? One of the things is we have to make sure, and it's kind of an old joke of my friends, we always say we waltz, right? We all lead together. And we do that because, we can't leave any one department behind. We can't impact a change, Del, that shuts down another department. Right. So we work to bring those initiatives across the finish line, to look at what's going on in the industry and the market, and how do we capitalize on those, right? And how do we do so that we don't negatively impact other people? So, very long way of saying we do stuff, and we're agents of change for the organization.
So, Mellissa, you've been here for about 7-8 months, right? And within that period of time, Glenn's team was able to bring up a full system that now is accepting and funding loans. That's pretty remarkable, right? From the ground up. You were instrumental, you and a couple of others were very instrumental on doing that. So talk to us a little bit about that. We're already funding loans. We have a lot more brokers that are coming aboard. So spend some time on the system itself and how you guys worked super hard to make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, that's a team game without question, right? That was a joint effort of my team, of the technology team, of the fulfillment team, and I would have to say that a lot of that success, Del, was rooted in the collaboration, right? Nobody was sitting in a closed room saying this is the way it's going to be. And probably me driving a lot of people crazy, going, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Right? Are you good with this? And did we think about this? And did we think about the 3 other things that might be attached to it? But, having that holistic view and having a lot of that dialogue up front and working with your partners allowed us to make sure that what we were putting in the system was the right stuff, right? And we've had to shake it. We've had to tweak it. We've had to go back and revisit things. But I think where the success really lied in the fact that we had a core group of people with an aligned mission, who are absolute professionals and own their worlds, right? And what an experience, right? Of really getting to be a part of that and say, hey, my expertise is here, right? Let me take this one, but you're my partner in this, right? And I would have to say that level of collaboration beyond just working together, right? Saying, I work on a team, really working together on these things really was the difference maker, right? And allowed us to get us taking loans, originating loans, closing loans in that short time. And it gave us a great foundation to propel this organization forward.
Right. And I think it goes without saying, but I want to make sure I mention this, that a lot of the initial changes was from our initial brokers that gave us feedback, right?
Yes.
Like, you know, can you guys do this? Over the last 60 days, that's what I've experienced. And you guys have made changes. And before that, you guys were working with a small group of brokers that gave you guys a lot of feedback on how can they make it user-friendly for the broker and the loan officer. So that has a long way to say. And now we're still taking feedback from our account executives. So still not done. The system is still not done, as you said, you know, and so lots to do. So we're excited. I know we were joking about this earlier, but it's almost like you're like the Wizard of Oz, right? You're the wizard in back it all, making it all happen, right? So you do a lot of things. You guys you're working with credit, like you said, with Jen's team, with Scott's team. You're also working with Chrissy. You and I work a lot. So who do all these different things, who do they impact, right? You impact account executives, brokers, everybody. So talk to a little bit about how big of an impact some of these things you guys are doing are huge, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you're really working with every single department at Kind Lending, right?
Yeah.
There's not really a limitation to where your role goes, and it's where we're needed, right? We're a triage team, right? We help get you to the right place. We help get you the tools that you need, and when you can't find it, we help you find that, right? Who we work with, everything we do impacts everybody, right? From the customer all the way to Len, the CEO.
Right.
And, you know, our job is to take these things, look at them and say, you know, does it hit our big three, right? And the big three is it compliant, right? We've got to make sure we're doing the right thing.
Right.
Is it scalable, right? Can we do this when we're small? Can we do this when we're big? Can we do this when we're slow? Can we do this when we're busy, right? And make sure that we're checking all the boxes for that. And then is it customer friendly, right? Sometimes our industry is interesting with regulatory changes or technology changes, right? That we need to make sure that the changes we're making, as hard as they may be, how do we then continue to convert that into customer friendliness and ease of use? So, and that big three really sums up our gap analysis for any project we take on, right? Why are we doing it? How do we do it? What is the outcome of us doing it? And what's that timeline look at? And we work with all of these departments, right? Some things are a simple change, right? You'll call me and say, hey, I don't like this. And I'll go, all right, Del, I'll fix that for you, right? And some of them are that simple, right? And some you bring to me and I go, yeah, we're going to have to dig in on that one. But that's okay. That's our job, right? And we love doing it.